Yeah, Madhura, what's up? Yeah. Hmm. Hi, Madhuranga.
Hi, Kishra. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, all good. Dr. Niraj is joining?
Yeah, he's joining, so will contact him in a
Yeah.
short while.
Okay, I will give the a basic intro about him based on his LinkedIn. Is there anything other thing that you guys want to mention?
Well, actually, what you have to do is I will introduce him as the dean of the faculty.
Dean of Faculty of Life Sciences and
So
his work
he's the one
experience
who's
and everything, no?
navigating all these departments and especially the nursing department. So he will then discuss, give a
Hmm.
brief talk about what are the facilities and the services that we will provide through Department of Nursing, especially about the
Hmm.
BSc Nursing program.
Hmm.
So then I'll be taking over the session and we'll be doing the
Okay.
session. We'll move forward like that.
Okay. I'm audible and I'm visible and everything is okay?
Hold on, I didn't see you in video.
We
Great.
switch
I
on our
think
cameras, right?
yeah, I'll be starting my video as well, but I think Shehan has sent us a background photo, so we have to put that in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
okay.
Okay, sure. I don't have it. If you want, I can add it. If not, it's blurred.
The thing is, I think Isra, he has sent us to the
Hmm.
group, this life
Okay, I'll
science
check it.
faculty group. Yes.
I shall check. The background is not visible to me. If you can forward it to me, that would be great. If not, I think this blur is okay, no? Hi, Dr. Jeevan. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the nursing webinar today, hosted by the Faculty of Life Sciences at ESU. Thank you, everybody, for joining this evening. Before we begin the nursing webinar, I would like to introduce formally our Dean of Faculty of Life Sciences at ESU, Dr. Niraj Mahesh Kandambi. To give you an insight on Dr. Niraj Mahesh Kandambi's overview, Dr. Niraj is a medical doctor and has served as a leading management person in well-renowned hospitals across Sri Lanka, such as Asiri and Hemas hospitals. And he also currently serves as a managing director at Delta Clinics. We at ESU, Dr. Niraj's role is looking after the ESU Faculty of Life Sciences, which encompasses multiple departments such as nursing, psychology, biomedical sciences and biomedical engineering, pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, as well as social sciences and professions. So, without further delay, I would like Dr. Niraj to take over the webinar and welcome, Dr. Niraj.
Thank you, Kishra. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, Doctor, audible.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to ESU Life Sciences. I'm actually still on the highway. So you might, I was hoping to exit the highway, but now it's just about 2 kilometers more. So don't mind the noise. A noise. Is it, am I clear, Kishra, or not?
You're clear, Doctor.
All right, thank you very much. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you today. And I hope to speak a few things about a career in nursing and ESU 3 year degree in nursing, which is affiliated to London Metropolitan University. So nursing is not just a degree, it's a career transformation. You have to understand what nursing is first. Nursing, in the older days, we used to think of nursing as a bedside taking care of patients. Now, uh, honestly, now it has completely transformed into something else, right? Modern nursing is very powerful, professional, global, and highly respected. Today, nurses are clinical decision makers. They are not just bedside caregivers. And they use technology, they are leaders, they are researchers, and they are global professionals. At ESU, we hope to train you to be a nurse like that. So our 3 year nursing degree program is designed for students who want to be a part of new generation of nurses. Confident nurses who are polished, technology savvy, and internationally competitive. This is what I call modern and, I mean, for a lack of a better word, posh nursing. Not in appearance alone, but in mindset, skill, professionalism, and global outlook. At ESU, nursing education goes far beyond textbooks. We are just not going to teach you what is in the book, and we are not going to limit you to the book itself. From the very first year, students are exposed to uh, state of the art simulation labs, digital learning platforms, evidence based clinical practice, and structural clinical exposure in reputed hospitals. So you will learn environments that reflect international nursing. So your environment will reflect a setting where it's like an international nursing school. Because we work with one of the leading hospitals in Sri Lanka to provide you with clinical training. So you will understand how nursing works in with new technology and in a international setting. So the other thing is, don't mind me. Can you hear me still, Isra?
Yes, doctor. Audible.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So, give me 1 second. I just got out of the highway. So, modern nursing is mostly about technology also. Healthcare mostly today runs on electronic medical records, clinical decision monitoring devices, and digital diagnostics. So, our curriculum ensures that nurses learn, our ESU nursing students learn, and they feel comfortable with the use of technology and understand the modern healthcare systems and can adapt quickly to advanced hospital environment in Sri Lanka or in overseas as well. So nurses give you career mobility. What is career mobility? Like it's not just nursing that you learn. You will learn to be specialized nurses, clinical specializations. You can go on to be a nurse practitioner. Then you can go into nurse leadership and management, and you can go into academic field. You can go into research, and you can also get some international nursing opportunities as well. And you can also progress and do postgraduate education and top up degrees. So this program is ideal for students who want status, stability, and respect, and also growth in their professional lives. Let me just tell a few words about professional identity. Themselves is confidence, so you can create professional identity. You can wear your scrubs with pride because you know how to handle situations and how to be very good at your profession. And you can learn how to interact with patients, doctors, and families. You are not trained just to be just staff. So you are trained to be healthcare professionals with authority, empathy, and dignity. So we also strongly emphasize on ethics, compassion, patient safety, and quality of care. So a modern nurse is not only skilled but also humane. You have to remember the most important part of a nurse is to be a very humane, very compassionate, and an ethical person. So nurses are the person that a patient will trust. Doctors usually they prescribe drugs, they will talk to the patients, they are with the patients for a very limited period of time. But when you are ill, a nurse is with you always. So the patients learn to trust the nurses. So you are the first person who will detect when something goes wrong with a patient. So please understand at TSU we want you to be ethical, compassionate nurses who will put patient safety first and quality of care first. So another question students usually ask is nursing as a profession will give you a good future? It's a very clear answer for me. Nursing is one of the most secure, respected, and globally mobile professions in the world today. So demand for qualified nurses is rising everywhere. In Sri Lanka and internationally, you can see that demand for nurses in UK, Australia, America, and even in other countries in Middle East is shooting up now because the elderly population is growing, the people with illness is going up, but the people who get into nursing as a profession is not really going up. So, so if you are well trained, qualified nurses, there will be a huge demand for you in the future. If you want, as a student, if you want a recognized degree, a professional career, a modern learning environment, and a future that can take you anywhere in the world, I think you should think about ESU 3 years degree. So you are just not enrolling in just a program. You are stepping into a profession of pride, purpose, and prestige. So please join us and don't just think of nursing as a profession a traditional profession. Now it has completely changed around. So, if there's any questions that you would like to ask me about my 5 minutes introduction to nursing while driving, you can go ahead and ask. And unless if there aren't any questions, we can move on with the webinar by our head of department, Mr. Madhuranga. Ishra, are there any questions that they would like to ask me before I move out?
The chatbot is currently cleared, Doctor. Once there's questions, maybe in the end, we can direct it to either you or Mr. Madhuranga. And
Yeah.
now we can move on to
Move
Mr.
on to
Madhuranga.
Mr. Madhuranga. All right. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Kishra. All right.
Mr. Madhuranga, Head of Department of Nursing Department at ESU Life of Faculty of Life Sciences. Please welcome, please give him a warm welcome. He will be now starting the webinar.
Thank you very much, Kishra. I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, audible.
Right. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to every one of you. So, well, let's start this webinar. Before I start, let me begin with a simple question. So, when someone you love is at their most vulnerable in pain, or maybe afraid, or fighting for life, maybe because of a sickness, who do you hope will be standing beside them? So, not just with knowledge, not just with skills, but with compassion, patience, and courage. So, very often that person is a nurse. So, nursing is not just a career you choose. So, for many, it is a calling that chooses you. So, it is where science meet humanity, where strength meets kindness. So, where ordinary people do extraordinary things every single day. So, tonight is not just about learning what is nursing is, it is about discovering whether you are into this profession. So whether you have a meant to be a part of this profession. So that is our main purpose of doing this particular session. So maybe with this session, maybe the first step of your journey might start in nursing. So welcome to the stepping into the world of nursing. So I'm Madhuranga, head of the Department of Nursing, Faculty of Life Sciences at ESU. So before we do this session, I will discuss what we are going to do today. So mainly, many of you maybe probably here, maybe who are willing to join nursing in the future, or maybe professionals, or maybe parents of someone's, or maybe exploring your next step. So if you are looking for a meaningful career, or maybe a profession with respect worldwide, a globally recognized profession, or curious about nursing but unsure what it truly means, so this session is actually for you. So well, let's talk about what really nursing is. Well, rather than talking about this scientific definition about nursing, I would just talk about a very simple thing. Nursing is not just a simple thing, it's a science with skills and compassion. So, all these three components together prepare a clinically competent nurse. So, nursing is often misunderstood, understood profession. It is not just assisting to the doctors. It is not just hospital work. So, nursing is a scientific, evidence-based profession that focus on caring individual. As Dr. Mahesh said, so the current or the modern nursing worldwide is not just something traditional nursing that you can experience or see in most of the areas in our healthcare setup. So now the modern nursing, as I told you, it always comprise with science and skills and compassion and care for individuals, families, and communities, and promote health, prevent illness, restore dignity, and combine clinical knowledge with human compassion. So this is the most important thing that you should understand. So as far as I understood that there might be people who is having language barriers, so I will be able to discuss both in Sinhala and English. I'm really apologize from all of you guys. I might not be able to talk in Tamil, but I can speak in both languages. So in case if you have any clarification, feel free to ask at the end of this session. So nursing කියලා කියන්නේ අර මම කිව්වා වගේ මේක මේ අපි දකින මේ සාම්ප්‍රදායික නර්සින් නෙවෙයි නිකන්ම ලෙඩෙක්ට ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් දෙන නැත්නම් ලෙඩෙක්ට බෙහෙත් ටිකක් දෙන ලෙඩාගේ උණ බලන මේ අපි දකින මේ සාම්ප්‍රදායික ට්‍රැඩිෂනල් නර්සින් කියන එකකින් ඔබට ගිහිල්ලා දැන් ග්ලෝබල් නර්සින් නැත්නම් ලෝකේ නර්සින් කියන එක තාම දියුණු ඇඩ්වාන්ස් ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එකක් විදියට ඉවෝල්ව් වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපි අද කතා කරන්නේ මෙන්න මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එක ගැන. එතකොට මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එක බේසිකලි හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ සයන්ටිෆික් නැත්නම් සයන්ටිෆික් කොම්පොනන්ට් එකක් skills and compassion. අපිට science and skills තිබුණාට අපිට nurse කෙනෙක් වෙන්න බෑ. So we have to have the compassion. So that particular part we call it as the heart of nursing. So let's talk about what is this heart of nursing. Compassion, some might identify it as a weakness, but compassion is not a weakness. It is a strength guided by empathy. So for a nurse, compassion is your heart. So nurses are present during the most critical moments in lives. Maybe it could be a birth, a severe illness, maybe an accident, maybe a recovery, or maybe the death. So often it is the nurse who listens when no one else has time. So this emotional intelligence is very important. So that is what we consider it as compassion in nursing. So ඔයාලත් nursing කියන profession එකට join වෙන්න කැමැත්තෙන් ඉන්නවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැනගන්න ඕන ප්‍රධානම දේ තමයි compassionate. එහෙම නැත්නම් compassion කියන්නේ අපේ nursing වල හදවත වගේ දෙයක්. Compassion means what is compassion? Compassion means understanding the suffering of the other people. So you understand the pain of the other people. That doesn't mean that you feel the same pain, but you understand the pain. Pain is there for that patient. Patient කෙනෙක්ට වේදනාවෙන් ඉන්නවනම් ඒ වේදනාව අවබෝධ කරගන්න පුළුවන් හදවතක් තියෙන පුද්ගලෙක්ට තමයි නර්සින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. patient උණ හැදිලා නම් patient නැත්තම් වෙනත් අපහසුතාවයකට පත් වෙලා ඉන්නවනම් ඒක අවබෝධ කරගන්න පුළුවන් ඒකට සංවේදී වෙන්න පුළුවන් කෙනෙක්ට තමයි ඇත්තටම මේ nursing profession එක ගැලපෙන්නේ සහ nursing profession එකකින් ඉස්සරහට යන්න පුළුවන් because this is a humanitarian service as Dr. Mahesh frequently introduced. So this is the heart, compassion, සංවේදී වීම මිනිස්සුන්ගේ වේදනාව දුක හෝ ඒ පීඩාව දැකලා ඒකට සංවේදී වීම තමයි අපි නර්සින් වල heart එක කියලා හඳුන්වන්නේ. So nurses are often the first and last person patient sees. So when you are going to the hospital, he or she, the nurse would be the first person, welcome you, register you to the hospital and give you certain orientation, talk to you, keep you updated about what is going on. And also the last person, when you see in the hospital, the discharging things and all this documentation, giving all the health education, everything comes along with this particular profession. So it is a multitask labor-based profession which is highly recognized, very well paid all around the world. And emotional intelligence is the important part. Compassion is the most important part of this nursing profession. So, the positive impact of being a nurse. ඇයි අපිට nurse කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඕනේ? මොකක්ද nurse කෙනෙක් වීම තුළ ඔයාලගේ අනාගතය වෙනුවෙන් ගන්න positive දේ මොකක්ද? ඔයාට මේ profession එක හරහා ගිහිල්ලා ඔයාට ලැබෙන දේ මොනවද කියලා අහුවොත් yes, nurses, you save lives, you comfort families and the patient, and you give hope during the uncertainty. So yes, as a nurse, you may not remember every patient, but patients will remember how you made them feel. So you might have heard, ඔයගොල්ලන්ට experiences ඇති නේද? Hospital එකකට admit වෙලා හිටියොත් සමහර patients ලා they are very sensitive to the nursing care, right? අර nurse නම් මට මාර හොඳට සැලකුවා. අර nurse නම් මට ඉතාම හොඳට සැලකුවා. So it was a life experience for the patient. Maybe for the nurse, it might be a single day experience for them. They might not remember the patient, but the patient will remember you. So that is, of course, a positive impact. You can change someone's life forever. So nurses, as I told you, they save lives. But most importantly, they preserve dignity, hope, and trust. So you are the one who preserve dignity, hope, and trust of a patient. So when there's someone who is depressed because of the certain kind of a disease condition, you are the one who is giving the supports, giving them the hope, and supporting them to move forward with it and fight against these disease conditions and ultimately get it recovered and move back to their normal lives. So this is a process and this is a service like so. So as I told you, it is a profession the world needs. So according to the global health authorities, there is a serious shortage of nurses worldwide. As I told you, the modern nursing shortage is very severe, especially when it comes to the developed countries. We have a high demand of nursing profession because they have a huge shortage of nurses. Most of the countries, if you can see, if you can explore this particular map or the figure that I have been given. So you can see most of the American, North American countries and also the European and countries have the huge demand of nurses. So as I told you, when it comes to the global context, nurses are known as a backbone of healthcare. So healthcare sector එකේ වැඩිම population එකක් තියෙන්නේ nursing වලට. Not doctors, not other profession, but nurses, because they are the backbone of the healthcare. Because most of the component, except the diagnosis or any other treatment methodologies, most of these particular components are taken care by the nursing professions in the health sector. So as WHO or the World Health Organization reports, a global nursing shortage is very severe worldwide. So aging population, chronic diseases, and expanding healthcare systems have made nursing indispensable. So demand increasing due to aging population and chronic diseases. So always, this demand is keep increasing. So the nursing profession getting more and more recognition and demands all around the globe. So this is not a never ending, it might not be a never ending demand for the profession of nursing. So nursing කියලා කියන්නේ කවදාවත් ඒකේ demand එක අගේ අඩු වෙන profession එකක් නෙවෙයි. ඒකට හේතුව තමයි අර මම කිව්වත් වගේ human population එක grow වෙනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ වයසට යනකොට මේ nursing healthcare services වලට ඕනම කරන profession එකක් තමයි nursing කියලා කියන්නේ. So මේ profession එක කවදාවත් ලෝකේ විනාශ වෙන්නේ නැති නැසිලා යන්නේ නැති part එකක් විදිහට අපිට හඳුනන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද even you get modern technologies, right? Maybe AI, maybe other high-tech equipments, still nurses need to play a important role in the field of health sector. Why? Because they are the people who give that compassionate care, not just science, not just skills. So that is why this profession is really, really important. It is it is that type of a humanitarian service that you can provide to the mankind. So global demand and opportunities, as I told you, nursing is one of the most internationally recognized profession. So countries such as UK, Australia, Canada, most of the Middle East countries and European countries, they have, high demand and also actively recruit nurses from countries like Sri Lanka. So with the right education and preparation, nursing allows you to build a career that across all these borders. So nursing, හරියට ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලෝකේ ගොඩක් රටවල් වලට open වෙන, it's like a passport, right? This qualification opens a lot of doors and also crosses a lot of borders. So especially the high demanding countries, well-developed countries like UK, Australia, Canada, most of the Middle East countries and European countries. So you get a lot of opportunities based on this particular qualifications that you will be acquired or already acquired. So nursing roles more than hospital works. Yeah. So nursing role nowadays is not just doing, routine hospital works. So many people thinks nurses only work in wards in hospitals, work in other, special units in hospitals. That is their task. But in reality, it is totally wrong. So nurses work in community health setup. Nurses work in mental health setups, pediatric setups, elderly care, maybe emergency services, theaters, other special units, public health, and many more opportunities available for the nursing professions. Nowadays, it is very highly recognized nursing researchers or nursing scientists. Also, nursing adapts to your interest and strengths. So there are different roles, as I told you, which is currently that we can identify. More than these roles, there are different other roles which we can identify in the future as well as emerging nursing roles. So what were they? So healthcare is, as I told you, evolving. And so is nursing. So nursing are becoming researchers. Nurses usually becoming researchers nowadays, and educators, digital health specialists, and leaders. So the future nurses is not only a caregiver, or as I told you, not just a person who is providing care to the patient, but also a decision maker and innovator. So in future nursing roles, as I told you, there are nurse practitioners. That nurse practitioners are considered in, especially in countries like uh, Canada. Nurse practitioners are the people who got in clinically, they got a minimum of a PhD in nursing, and also they are having certain opportunities and capacity to prescribe, even like what doctors are doing. So there are different avenues open in the nursing field nowadays. It is not just something that you are assisting to the doctor. So you have your own developed, well expanded accountability in this profession, especially nowadays as well as in future. This will be, of course, emerging. So nurse educators and researchers, this is again another important field. So nursing is not just doing that particular traditional task. Nowadays, these particular professionals are contributing to the field of research, filling the gaps of knowledge. So digital health and telenursing, nursing leaders and managers. දැන් ඇත්තටම nursing field එකට අලුතෙන් join වෙන අලුත් generation එකට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ මේ අපි nursing කියලා කරන්නේ මේ patient කෙනෙක්ට බෙහෙත් දෙන එකවත් injection විදින එකවත් නෙමෙයි. ඊට අමතරව ඊට එහා ගියපු ගොඩක් develop වෙච්ච profession එකකට තමයි ඇත්තටම දැන් ඉන්න generation එක step in කරන්නේ පාතවන්නේ. එතකොට එතනදී අපි අර කිව්වා වගේ නිකම්ම මේ නර්සින් කියන නර්ස් කියන ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එකෙන් එළියට ගිහින් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට එකලන්ට හම්බ වෙනවා ගොඩාක් opportunities. So they can become a scientist, they can become a researcher, they can contribute. එයාලට පුළුවන් contribute කරන්න research field එකට. එයාලට අලුත් innovations කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඊට අමතරව දැන් ඇත්තටම with technology there are different concept has been developed. Then digital health, m-health, telehealth, telenursing කියලා කියන්නේ වගේ concepts අපිට ටෙක්නොලොජි එකත් එක්ක ඉස්සරහට යන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ටෙක්නොලොජි එකත් එක්ක ඉස්සරහට ගියපු හයිටෙක් නර්සින් ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල්ස්ලා තමයි අනාගතය වෙනකොට අපි නිර්මාණය කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒකට අපිට මේ ට්‍රැඩිෂනල් නර්සින් කැටගරි එකකින් එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ ට්‍රැඩිෂනල් නර්සින් এডুকেෂන් සිස්ටම් එකෙන් විතරක් බෑ. සෝ ඒකට අපිට අලුත් වෙච්ච මොඩර්නයිස් වෙච්ච এডুকেෂන් සිස්ටම් එකකුත් ඕනේ. So we are ready to do that particular task for you as well. So what are the roles and responsibilities of a nurse? දැන් නර්ස් කෙනෙක් වුණාම හොස්පිටල් එකක හරි ඔයා කොහෙද වැඩ කරන්නේ, වැඩ කරන තැන නර්ස්ගේ රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එක මොකද්ද, අපේ රෝල් එක මොකද්ද කියලා අයිඩෙන්ටිෆයි කරගන්න එක, that is one of the most important part. Otherwise we cannot, without understanding what is our profession, we cannot evolve. So nurses, as I told you, nurses assess patients, administer medications, monitor progress of the patients, educate families, maybe the patients. So nurses play a health educator role as well, and advocate for patients' right. And they work within ethical and professional framework, making real-time decisions that affects lives. So the responsibility is that gives nursing is its professional aspect. So what is the nursing responsibility? As I told you, this is scientific. This has a scientific basis, skills basis, as well as compassion basis. මේ තුනම එකතු වෙලා අපි මේක දෙනකොට, so most importantly, as a professional, what we have to do is we have to have our own ethical framework. So our responsibility, our role is within that ethical framework, we care the patient, we give the treatments to the patient, we monitor the patient, we give medication as administered or as prescribed, we take clinical decisions as required, we give patient education as well as health education to the general public and the family members of the patients. So these are the basic responsibilities that we are having in the profession of nursing. But අපි මේක ගැඹුරට කතා කරනවා නම් මීට වඩා ගොඩාක් ලොකු responsibilities and roles ප්‍රමාණයක් play කරනවා nurses ලා nowadays. But මේ ටික තමයි මට ඔයගලන්ට බේසිකලිම කියන්න තියෙන දේවල් ටික. කවුරු හරි කෙනෙක් ඉන්ට්‍රස්ට් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් නර්සින් ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එකත් එක්ක ජොයින් වෙන්න. ඒක දැන් අර තියෙන ට්‍රැඩිෂනල් මෙතඩ් එකකින් එළියට ගියපු ඉතාම වෙනස්, ඉතාම දියුණු ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එකක් විදියට ඉවෝල්ව් වෙලා තියෙනවා කියන එක මේන්ලි හයිලයිට් කරන්න ඕන නිසා තමයි මම මේ බේසික් රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටීස් ටික ඔයගලන්ට ගෙනාවේ. Right. So the next thing is essential skills every successful nurses needs. So as you all know, a successful nurse needs both technical expertise and human skills. So you must be observant, calm under pressure, and able to communicate clearly. So equal important and resilience, teamwork and critical thinking has to be there with you. So basically we identified nursing skills as clinical skills as well as soft skills. So nursing කරන කෙනෙක්, nursing professional කෙනෙක්ට අත්‍යවශ්‍යම දෙයක් තමයි clinical skill එක. ඒක අපිට නිකන් lecture එකකට ඉඳගෙන හිටියා කියලා nursing program එකක් follow කරා කියලා කවදාවත් ලබා ගන්න බෑ. එතකොට ඔයාට කිසිම වෙලාවක nursing textbook එකක් කියවුවා කියලා නැත්නම් lecture එකක් අහගෙන හිටියා කියලා මේ clinical skill එක ගන්න බෑ. Clinical skill එක ගන්න, you have to go to the real setup, real scenarios, work with real patients, work with real conditions, and you observe and you learn. You practice and you get the skill. So that is the most important thing in the nursing education process as well. Because nurse කෙනෙක් අපි එළියට දානවා නම් අවුරුදු 3කින් හෝ 4කින් ඒ nurse day skill එක හදන්න නම් they have to work in real setup. So that particular clinical skills are really important. The next thing is soft skill. As I told you, සාමාන්‍ය මිනිසෙක්ට අර කියපු scientific knowledge එකයි අර කියපු skills ටිකයි ඔක්කොම තිබුණා කියලා කවමදාවත් successful professional nurse කෙනෙක් වෙන්න බෑ. So for that, you have to improve your soft skills, mainly your communication and teamwork, emotional resilience, and critical thinking. Especially all these 4 areas need to be highlighted here because මේ හතර නැතුව නම් මොනම හේතුවක් නිසාවත් you can't evolve in this profession. So if you don't know how to communicate with the patient properly and ethically, there might be, and issues. And if you do not know how to work with the other healthcare teams, with doctors and other paramedical staff members, then it would be an issue. If you don't know how to handle yourself, how to manage your stressors and how to have your emotional intelligence and resilience, again, you are failing. Or critical thinking. So all these things have to be work out together to prepare a successful nurse in the future. Right? Okay. So apart from that, nursing, values and professional identity. What is the values of nurses? Now, as I told you, there are certain things that you have gained or you acquired as values. So skills can be taught. Skill can be taught, but values cannot be taught. It has to be developed through you, especially integrity, accountability, as I told you, the compassion, respect, and professionalism. So define professional nurses. So these values are what makes nurses trusted worldwide. As I told you, skills you can acquire by doing same things, by having practices over and over again, you can acquire skills. So if you don't have a skill to give an injection, you can get this skill by repeating this particular procedure in supervision and all. So you can do that. So and then but the core values or this particular values you have to develop within yourself. So especially this nursing education pathway, especially throughout our degree programs also, what we actually doing is we actually giving you indirect supports to improve these values within you, especially the compassion, integrity, accountability, respect, and professional practices. So if you are planning to move with this profession, what are the career pathways available in nursing nowadays? So pathway overview is available. If you can see this particular diagram here, you can identify. So nursing offers structured growth, right? So structured growth, you have to begin from the, you have to start from the beginning, and you begin with education, and you gain clinical experience, and you specialize in nursing. So most of the time nowadays in Sri Lanka, still we cannot see the specialization practices in government or private sector hospitals in nursing. But nowadays in global nursing profession and the setup, you can see once you gain the clinical experience after your education process, you will get expertise or specializations and move into advanced practices and leaderships or global roles in nursing. So it is a career that grows as you grow. It is not just a career that stagnate in a hospital ward, or maybe in a particular unit that you are working. So that is not a profession that we are talking as nursing nowadays. So it is always, keep evolving. It grows every day. So once you get your once you graduate as a nurse, once you registered as a nurse, you will get specialization, you will get postgraduate studies like masters, MPhils, PhDs in nursing, and then you will move forward to the leaderships and global practices in the nursing pathways. So, professional readiness becoming a nurse. So what is the professional readiness that you have to become a nurse? Nurse කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඔයාට මොනවද තියෙන්න ඕන readiness? නැත්නම් මොනවද ඔයා සන්නද්ධ වෙන්න ඕන nurse කෙනෙක් වෙන්න? So we'll see how it happens. So becoming a nurse is not just about passing exams. It is about developing confidence. So it is about being a professional. So it is about ethical practitioner and patient-centered care. So that is the main important preparation which is required to become a nurse. So what we prepare is you have to have your own real clinical exposure. That is why we require clinical practices. As I told you, you have to be in a hospital, you have to be with the real patients, you have to communicate with them, you have to take care of them, you have to provide certain treatments under supervision, and then you get the confidence and particular clinical exposure. So ethical and patient-centered care. So through your process, becoming a proper nurse, you have to have this particular ethical practices and patient-centered care. That patient-centered care means you have to directly approach to the requirement of the patient, right? So professional communication, that is most important part in nursing. So professional communication is considered as a very important part, and global standards of practice also there, because since we identified nursing as a profession globally, we have set our own set of standards. So we have to adhere to those standards to become a ethically practicing clinical nurse. So these are the main professional readiness that you have to have. So you might be probably wondering how you can acquire all these qualifications, or how you can acquire all these particular qualities in yourselves to become a nurse. So yes, that is the main thing that we need to consider here. So for that, education, especially proper education, is the most important part that we need to play at that points, right? So as Dr. Mahesh informed, when you're starting your career, pathway in the field of nursing, as I told you, education is really, really important. So in that point of view, why ESOFT University nursing degree programs are important is the thing that I really want to highlight here as well. So at ESOFT University, we focus on producing nurses who are competent and compassionate and globally aware. This is not traditional nursing program. Our programs emphasize clinical exposure and ethical practices and professional readiness. So we prepare students not just to graduate, but to succeed. That is what the main intention of this particular program, because we are not just trying to prepare traditional nursing officers here in Sri Lanka. So we want to prepare nurses who can directly get that particular demand from the global healthcare employers. So we will be providing this strong clinical exposure and industry aligned, very well prepared, future directed curriculum is available with us. In collaboration with London Metropolitan University, and focus on compassion and competence. As I told you, there's no use of a nurse with just science and the skills. We need to have that competence and compassion as well. So local relevance with global outlook. So that is what we mainly highlight in that point as well. So here we need to further talk about how this particular BSc nursing programs that we offer in partnership with London Metropolitan University is going on, because as you all know, nursing is not just giving, nursing education is not just giving lectures and students are sitting in front of a lecturer and learning something and going home and ultimately become a graduate nurse. It's never happens. As I told you, we really need this particular clinical exposure to acquire real high quality skills. Without skills, you can't produce a nurse. So for that, we are partnered with Asiri Hospitals and Asiri Hospitals to provide you the particular clinical placement. So Asiri Hospitals is ready to provide all the clinical facilities, and you will be getting lot of special units exposure. Each and every special unit, for example, medical wards, surgical wards, accident and emergency services, theaters, intensive care units, and there are many more other special units, including dialysis units, maybe other theater components, surgical ICUs, medical ICUs, things like that. So you will get a lot of opportunity to get yourself exposed to all these places, get the experience, get the skills, and improve yourself in the field of nursing, and get a very high, get a high quality, highly exposed, clinically exposed nurse at the end of this program. So in case if you are interested, how to join our nursing at ESOFT University. So if you are after A levels, if you are willing to join with us, or if you have completed a foundation program in nursing or nurse assistant programs, you are welcome to have join with us for this particular program. And in case, especially for the language competencies, if you have C pass in or ordinary levels, or maybe IELTS 6.0 is acquired, then you are ready to go and start your career pathway in nursing as well. So above all of these the characteristics and qualifications, you have to have that particular, as I told you, the pure passion in nursing. Without pure passion, you never can become a real nurse. So in case this message is actually for those who are not really, still do not know what is your purpose, or still unsure what is your purpose of this particular field. This message is for you. So if you seek purpose, nursing offers actually the meaning for it. Especially if you seek purpose in the field of healthcare, nursing offers meaning. So if you seek stability, nursing offers security, because this is a never-ending profession. It is keep evolving profession. It is highly demanding, globally recognized profession. So if you see global opportunities, nursing opens thousands and thousands of doors for you, because this is one of the best way that you can open the doors to the global global market in the field of health. So what matters most is your willingness, and also to care, and your willingness to care to the patient and to the mankind, and to grow yourself in the field of nursing. So in case if you're interested your journey you can start it today. So exploring nursing does not require immediate decisions. So you can take your time. It start with asking questions, seeking guidance, and also understanding your options. So our academic team and our ESU team is always here there for you to support you out uh, throughout your journey. So at the end of this session, I just wanted to tell you, they close this session with this particular quote: to care for others is one of the greatest strengths a human being can have. So nurse have that greatest strength. So if you are a nurse, you have that strength in you. So nursing is not an easy path. As I told you, it's not an easy path, but it is one of the most rewarding. The world needs skilled, compassionate nurses now more than ever. So perhaps the future includes you. Thank you for your time and attention. So that we'll be moving to the questions if you have. Yeah. So we'll move forward to the questions. Over to you, Kisra.
Thank you so much, Mr. Madhuranga. Really insightful session. We have one question which asks, are we UGC approved by college and study?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. In simple answer, we
So
are
I hope
absolutely.
the person
Our
who has
London Metropolitan University is also approved by the UGC Commonwealth University list, so you can get the access to the UGC and get it confirmed. Of course, London Metropolitan University is UGC approved university.
okay. Thank you so much. I hope the person who has questioned this got their answer.
Yes.
Another person has inquired about some of the costing of this program.
Excuse me.
The costing of the program, the costs.
Yeah. So actually, this particular program, BSc Nursing 3 years degree program, is have two components, I would say: the course fee and the university fee. So for all 3 years, you have to pay only 3,000 US dollars for the university fee, and also the course fee would be 2.6 million. And early bird discount, you will get 200,000 rupees discount. So altogether, you will get this program 2.4 million in cost fee, inclusive of uh, 3,000 US dollars of the university fee. Still, you can pay all these payments in installments. So there are easy installments facilities available. So you can contact our counselors and our ESU team for further information about the easy installment facilities available for you as well.
Thank you so much. Any more questions from the audience? We are 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes left for any more questions. Mr. Madhuranga, you spoke about the industry relevant components in the degree.
Yes.
But could you give us some insight on how the modules
Yeah.
the LME modules have relevance to those industry modules, industry
Yes.
relevance?
Yeah. So almost all the modules, Kisra, this is totally industry relevant modules. The thing is, as I told you, this is not a traditional teaching and learning process, Kisra. So we have improved our modules into the next, like maybe for next 10, 20 years. So like almost all these module contains industry relevant parts, and especially students will be, this is not just a passive learning process, especially with London Metropolitan University, and you might have experience as well. So this is not a passive learning process that we are giving all these things and students get it, read it by heart and keep it in mind, and whenever the exams comes and you just spit it out. That is not the proper way that you are having this particular process. So this is as I told you, this is a active learning process, and almost all the modules are industry relevant. I cannot actually specify one module. Almost all these modules are industry relevant, including a research component. So research component also, you have to do a primary research. You have to go through ethics review process, and you get the approval from an ethical committee, and you have to do a primary data collection and to do your own research. So you might be a small researcher at the end of this particular degree as well. So you will explore a lot of things in this field. So as I told you, this is totally relevant, and we are preparing this particular nurses into the future requirement in the field of nursing. So that is how it gives. I can give you some examples, but almost all these modules, as I told you, have uh, very nicely fine-tuned to this particular requirements available nowadays based on the requirements of the global nursing career.
Thank you so much. Uh, as it is 8 p.m. now, audience, we are still open for questions, but if there are no questions, I think it would be good to wrap it up. But please feel free to contact our ESU team for any questions regarding our BSc nursing program. With that, I would keep the portal open for any questions, and I would warmly thank Mr. Madhuranga for your very insightful session on BSc nursing degree. And thank you, Dr. Mahesh, for joining even from the highway. Anybody, if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out, and please feel free to contact the ESU team. Thank you so much.